Hey everybody, I'm your host Mohit Jadhav. Welcome to my first ever YouTube channel. This channel is going to be tech related, everything tech, unboxings, reviews, and so on. Thank you so much for tuning in, and without wasting further time, let's get right into it. iPhone XR. This phone was launched along with iPhone XS and XS Max back in 2018. Since then, it has gained a huge fan base for itself. In the beginning, this phone had kind of a reputation for itself, but it instantly grew on people and became one of the best sellers of Apple. Let's talk about the specifications. It's a 6.1-inch LCD display. Apple call it the liquid retina display, but forget about the fancy name. It's just an LCD display. We'll talk in detail more about it later on in the video. It has 2942 mAh battery, 3GB RAM, Apple A12 Bionic chip, and 12 megapixel rear camera and 7 megapixel front camera. Let's talk about the build quality. It's a glass sandwich, as almost all phones are in 2020. But the biggest pro for that is it supports wireless charging. This phone fits right in between the iPhone XS, which is a smaller version, and the XS Max, which is the bigger version. And I personally think that this is the sweet spot, the perfect size a phone could have. Not too small to not enjoy the entertainment and not too big to carry. This phone is available in 6 colors: white, black, blue, red, coral, and yellow. I would also like to add that as this phone has an aluminum frame, it makes it super slippery to use it without a cover. So a phone case is highly recommended. And yes, this phone is IP67 resistant, not 68 unlike the iPhone XS and the XS Max. So it can handle few splashes or maybe light rain, but I would not recommend it to taking swimming with you. To sum it all up, it's an Apple device, so the build quality is definitely great. Just one small recommendation, a phone cover is highly recommended. Here comes the main part, display, because of which the phone had a reputation at the start itself. But to cut everything in short, according to my experience of using it for almost a year now, it's an absolutely fine display. I mean, yes, the content is restricted to 1080p on YouTube, but for an average user or a person who is not a pixel peeper, it is absolutely fine. The only two things that matter while looking at the display are the huge bezels and the absence of having a pitch black display. I mean, yes, you eventually get used to the bezels and don't even notice it anymore, but you don't get the true pitch blacks which an LED display offers. Before getting the XR, I used to have an iPhone 8 Plus. And I'm just telling you this because I know the difference between the Touch ID and a Face ID. And trust me when I say the Face ID works seamlessly. You barely even notice it's there. And that's great. Let's talk about the feature which you're going to be using the most, which is the camera. Unlike the iPhone 11, the iPhone XR has a single lens, which is a 12 megapixel sensor. The second lens, which is missing on this phone, is called the telephoto lens. This helps only in zoom scenarios, and I don't think you will miss it that much. The photos taken on the iPhone XR are absolutely great. I mean, I'm totally satisfied. As all iPhones do, the phone itself encourages you to go out there and shoot. But the only thing that I'm missing from my 8 Plus is the portrait mode. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is still a portrait mode in this, but it takes portrait photos only of humans. You can't take portrait photos of random subjects or your pets, which is a bummer. There's just one thing I would like to add, which is the photos which I used to take on the front camera of on the iPhone 8 Plus were of way better quality than on the XR. I mean, yes, it does still take photos on the front camera, but on the apps like Snapchat and Instagram, the photos are a bit grainier as compared to the 8 Plus. Now let's talk about the front camera. The biggest feature on the front camera is the portrait mode, and the photos come great. Sometimes the hair here and there is missed in the portrait photos, but overall the photo quality is superb. And yes, it does shoot 4K at 24, 30 and 60 FPS. For all those people who would like to start their YouTube channel using their phone. Wink wink. There's one more difference, which is the iPhone XR has 3 GB RAM, whereas the iPhone XS and the XS Max have 4 GB RAM. But you don't have to worry about that at all, because this phone has an A12 Bionic chip, and because of Apple's great RAM management system, I can say it with confidence that you can throw any app at it and it will work smoothly. Next point is performance. The iPhone XR has Apple's A12 Bionic chipset, which is also present in the iPhone XS and the iPhone XS Max. And according to my past experience, it is working flawlessly. I mean, I can't say that I am a very heavy game user, but I do play Call of Duty here and it works great on high graphics. Let's talk about software. I am currently running the iOS 13.5.1 on my phone, but I'm pretty sure that this phone is going to get updates for the next 2 years, as Apple supports their phone for 5 years for software updates. Okay, now let's get down to the pros and cons. Starting with the first pro, which is battery life. The battery life of this phone is great. Again, the A12 Bionic chipset, which it has to push way less pixels because of the LCD display, and because of the great Apple's RAM management system. The battery life on this phone is just amazing. I mean, you can easily rely on it to last for an entire day. The second pro would be the fast charging, but don't forget that the fast charger brick is not included in the box itself. You will have to buy that separately. And as you know, it's an Apple device. Apple produces hardly few phones a year, which makes it super easy for the case manufacturers to develop skins, cases, covers, anything for this phone. So I'm pretty sure that you will find anything which you want according to your taste to customize the looks of your phone. Let's talk about the cons. The biggest con, according to me, is the portrait mode, which is fixed only on people's faces and not on pets. I actually miss taking portrait shots of whatever I'm eating. And a very small thing, but which I miss a lot, is the 3D touch. I used to use it every day to push and pop in links, to open camera, to open the unread messages, etc. etc. But I do miss it a lot on the XR. The biggest question is the design, because the biggest competitor for the iPhone XR right now, according to the price, is the iPhone SE. There are many people who are confused between buying the iPhone SE or the iPhone XR. And I would say, if you want the latest design, you want the full display, a notch display, and not the chin and the forehead display of the SE, iPhone XR is the best recommendation. But you will have to pay a little more. I guess that's $200 more for the XR. So if you're willing to do that, this is a great phone.